Hey folks, David Tao with BarBend.com, and today we're talking about the heaviest deadlifts of all time, or at least the heaviest competition or verified deadlifts of all time. There's some debate there. We'll get to that more in a second. But before we do, make sure you Google BarBend plus heaviest deadlifts for the full article on the heaviest deadlifts in all different styles of all time. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Deadlifts of different styles. Some in competition powerlifting styles, some raw, some equipped, some with straps like in a strongman style, all sorts of variations. We're gonna run down the list of the heaviest by men and the heaviest by women. Stay tuned. First up, we'll talk about raw deadlifts. This is where a lifter is not using straps, not wearing a special squat or deadlift suit. This is pretty much just them versus the bar. They can wear a belt, and in fact, most do at these weights, but some lifters who lift really heavy on the deadlift actually don't wear belts. Kind of fascinating to see different styles. The heaviest raw deadlift for the men of all time, Icelandic strongman and powerlifter Benedikt Magnusson deadlifted 460.4 kilograms, or 1,015 pounds, at the 2011 Ronnie Coleman Classic. He didn't use straps or a deadlift suit. This was raw. The heaviest raw deadlift that we can verify on the women's side belongs to Sarah Schiff. On April 25th, 2021, she pulled the heaviest raw deadlift verified in competition from a woman. It was 287 kilograms, or around 632 pounds, and it was done at the 2021 Kern US Open. Let's talk about the equipped deadlift. This is powerlifting style, so you can wear a deadlift suit, like a supportive suit, but still no straps. So funny enough, the heaviest equipped deadlift of all time is actually less than the heaviest raw deadlift of all time, at least for the men, which is kind of fascinating. Andy Bolton deadlifted 457.5 kilograms, or about 1,009 pounds, in 2009 at a competition in England, and he did that equipped. On the women's side, the heaviest equipped deadlift that we have record of is from Becca Swanson. She deadlifted 315 kilograms, or about 694.5 pounds, in 2005 at the WPC-WPO European semifinals. Let's talk about a strongman style deadlift. Few differences here. In a strongman style deadlift, lifters can use straps. In fact, some lifters will actually use those figure 8 style straps that kind of lock you onto the bar. They can wear a deadlift suit, and they can also hitch. It doesn't have to be a lift that is to those specific powerlifting standards like the first two categories. So the heaviest strongman style deadlift belongs to Hafþór Björnsson, the Icelandic strongman who is famous for a lot of reasons, and he deadlifted 501 kilograms in Iceland during a showcase live stream that took place at the early end of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, a judge officiated the lift, and it was streamed in the United States and around the world, but there's still some controversy surrounding whether it should be counted as the true record, since it wasn't really done in competition. Some still consider Eddie Hall's 500 kilogram lift, which was done at the 2016 World Deadlift Championships, to be the mark for men in this lift. On the women's side, strongwoman Andrea Thompson owns the record with a 290 kilogram, or 639 pound lift, and she did this at the World's Ultimate Strongman Feats of Strength Series in October 2020. Let's talk about the long bar strongman deadlift, and the big difference here is it's two strongman standards, but it uses a long bar, oftentimes called an elephant bar, which actually sometimes lets lifters lift a little bit more because the weight distribution is different, and the weight at the end of the bar actually stays on the ground for a longer portion of the pull because of the bar's extreme flex. So kind of an interesting variation. The heaviest long bar strongman deadlift for the men belongs to Hafþór Björnsson. He did 474 kilograms in 2019. On the women's side, the long bar deadlift record belongs to Andrea Thompson, who did 281 kilograms in 2020. The next one is a little bit controversial. We're going to talk about the partial deadlift, aka the 18-inch deadlift, aka the silver dollar deadlift, because it used to be performed as kind of a circus act where lifters would actually lift like bins of silver dollars, which are really heavy if you have a lot of them. But anyway, the silver dollar deadlift, 18-inch deadlift, whatever you call it, equipment can vary a lot on this. So it's a little controversial as to what should be the official record. Because the weights are so massive and the equipment setups are a little different, it's not a standard barbell. Certain bars could have more flex, certain rigs could give certain physical advantages to some lifters compared to other rigs. So again, a little bit controversial, but we're gonna talk about the heaviest versions of these that we've seen. On the men's side, strongman Anthony Pierce did a partial deadlift of 550 kilograms in 2020. On the women's side, Ana Harappa, I'm very sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I actually could not get a verified pronunciation of her last name, so I apologize in advance. Deadlifted 335 kilos, or about 738 pounds, at an official strongman event in 2016. And the tire deadlift, this is actually my personal favorite just because it looks so cool. It's literally an event made for TV. And we actually only have the record on the men's side as far as a verified record. And that record belongs to strongman JF Corone of Canada, who did a tire deadlift, also called a Hummer tire deadlift, of 545 kilograms, or 1,202 pounds, at the 2020 Shaw Classic. So there you have it, the heaviest deadlifts in a lot of different ways, a lot of different versions of the deadlift. And I'll be honest, some of these are a little bit controversial. So we tried to couch that and explain why at a few of the sections. But if we missed any of your favorite lifts or any of your favorite variations of deadlift, let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much.